So it's Friday, Agent Friday focus time again, and we're talking with Erik O'Sullivan, RE/MAX Success. So before we get into talking about real estate, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, a little bit about myself and possibly how I got into this business was my sphere, the community around me. I was always influenced by, I think, business owners, that lifestyle, the service aspect and mentality of helping others. And then in return, you'll help yourself and your family.
Zig Ziglar.
Yes, Zig Ziglar. And I was attracted to that. And as of right now, real estate is the tool to serve my local community, serve the ones around me, serve newcomers to the area, educate them on how great the Central Coast is, the pros, the cons, is it the right fit for them, and how I can help their family or just them individually.
And are you a lifelong
Yes.
resident here?
Lifelong resident to Arroyo Grande, actually the village of Arroyo Grande. It's really cool to be in this office at 214 East Branch Street, right here in downtown Arroyo Grande. I grew up 5 blocks behind this office, so constantly riding my bicycle up and down the street as a child. And yeah, the RE/MAX logo actually has such an influence on why I think I am with RE/MAX. Since I was 6 years old, you see the balloon, and you know that is a house for sale or some transaction of property is happening, and I just respect that a lot, and I'm honored to carry on that brand in my business. Yeah.
Well, we're honored to have you as well. So being a lifelong resident, you really know this area.
Yes, I really know this area. I know the ins and outs. I know what streets maybe are better than other streets, or what would fit your parameters and what you're looking for, because I grew up on these streets and I know the neighbors and I know the business owners. So
exactly.
So
what are you seeing in the market? We talked before and you said you see a lot of the buyers sitting on the sidelines.
There's a lot of buyers waiting for the right fit. I feel they have time, they're comfortable in their situation, whether they bought a house years ago and they're fine with the roof over their head, but maybe they want more or they need more space or downsizing. I mean, you could look at it from all different perspectives, but their current situation is comfortable, and so they aren't in like a really desire need to move. It's more of possibly a want. Every once in a while there's buyers who are in a need to move ASAP or sell something ASAP, but I feel like there's a very relaxed buying market right now. It's not like a frenzy
that we've seen in the past.
That we have seen in the past, yes.
So what do you tell your buyers? Are you telling them anything to get them off the fence?
It's a good question. It's all, I think, product dependent. If there could be, you're searching for your dream home, but that dream home's not on the market, but that dream home's going to hit the market. And when it does, you better be ready to perform, because there's also someone waiting for that second house.
Right.
So it's just educating, getting the buyers ready to go. Even if this month isn't it, but next month or the month after, might be time to perform. And if you don't have your ducks in a row, you won't get the house. We still see that. And
what about sellers? You do listings?
Yeah. Listings. Educating the seller, educating the selling market, educating them what's going on with the buyer, being realistic with my sellers, I think goes a long way. It comes down to education, I think, and telling them the parameters and educating them on the ideal buyer for their property, and telling them what the market is doing and just showing them the facts. Because we all have a number of what our property is worth.
Right, and that number is...
It's only worth what a buyer is willing to pay for it. And I wish I had a crystal ball every time I sat in your house and I could tell you exactly what it's going to sell for, but that doesn't exist in this market of buying and selling real estate. It's not like selling a car that has a fixed cost to design and sell. So Yeah.
Because real estate still is very emotional.
It is very emotional. And that's something I enjoy about it. It's a very personal experience that you have with your clients. And I feel like all of my clients, you become friends with them.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they're a totally different walk of life, but through the process, you go close with your clients because it is an emotional process.
Because it's relation. And I think that's probably been the key to your success. You're a very relationship-based person.
Yes, yeah, and like I said in the beginning of this interview, it's all about giving, and then you will receive, and that's relationship building.
Right.
You're never going to have a good relationship if you're just want. How can I help? How can I make you succeed? And that's where I think really strong relationships come from. And my best of friends have given me a lot and are a resource to me, and they're my best friends for that reason, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I see you take a very not only active but different and fun stance in your marketing approach for your buyers and sellers. I love your videos that you put out there.
Yes. So in this market and in this business, you want to show off the product that the person is selling. It doesn't just fly off the shelf like it did in previous years. So having a little leg up, setting yourself up, making your home look a little different than the other one. And I do that a lot through video, and I have a lot of fun with it. It brings in attention. It brings in, prospective buyers. It brings in people to watch that video who may know somebody who wants to buy that, right? So there's always fun ways to look at it. But in regards to fun ways of helping my buyers out, example, door knocking. Like I said, inventory is a little fluctuant right now. Like last week you were saying earlier, we had 20 listings at the market, but this week in the 5 cities area, 20 listings at the market, and then 5 or 6 or 7 or something like that, hit the market this week. And it's like, what is happening, And so it's like strategically placing my buyers into the neighborhood or into the street they want, and that comes with door knocking, meeting the neighbors, building relationships with the actual homeowners, and letting them know that I actually have a qualified buyer who does want to buy our house, and let's figure out a win-win. And that's door knocking, mailers, and actually talking to the property owners to get deals done. And it's make it a win-win for both parties. Like if you want to sell your house, I possibly have a buyer,
right?
And we're willing to make this a win-win transaction.
So you're using new skills, but it's still old school.
Yes.
Face to face.
100%. Yes. Using new skills with all the technology we have, all the AI we have. That's all a resource to us. But what it comes down to is shaking the hands of the individual homeowner and creating the opportunity that they're looking for by human connection and relationships. That's what it comes down to.
That's what it comes down to. Well, thank you for this time today, and keep making those relationships.
I'll do what I can.